so I want to hear Lynnea talk. At this time, I want to introduce Elias Melas to introduce this guest speaker today. So, Elias, come on up.
Thank you, Eric. Okay, so I'm going to make this really brief because we're kind of a little bit behind. So it's time now for our featured speaker, and who knows that we have a tradition here at the GNA for our featured speaker. That's right. We send our featured speaker all the way to the back by the exit side. So Lynnea, please stand up and walk all the way to the back so you can make that grand entrance. I'm going to keep this really brief here. So I first met Lynnea, I think it was about almost 3 years ago. I used to be a member of the San Jose Chamber of Commerce, and we used to always run into each other. And I know we were both looking for some additional networking opportunities to get things going. And I'm like, I'm starting some new events to kind of spread the love a little bit more. And Lynnea started coming to some of our other events, Interactive Friday, and some of the other ones that we had, and now she's been a part of the GNA for quite a while. Some of you know her already. Lynnea is actually, she owns a couple companies called The Abundance Company and My Sounding Board. And she's going to be speaking to us about purpose to prosperity, mastering personal power for success. So she's going to teach us how to be more confident in our business and with ourselves to be more confident in our business. So on that note, please rise to your feet. Come on, everybody, rise to your feet. Give a big warm GNA welcome to Lynnea Hagen. To this for a long time.
Thank you. All yours.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here. That's the best introduction I've had in a long time. As usual, I have some things to hand out, and also I'm going to be announcing some gifts a little bit later on. So before we get formally into my presentation, I wanted to pass around a gift bag. So, I need a table. Hold on. We're doing a little construction work up here, just bear with us. This is the creative side coming out. Okay, first of all, I'm going to hand out this gift bag. I'm going to be doing a drawing a little bit later for a wonderful book about how to get out of your own way and how to lead others. It's called Tribe of Leadership. It's been on the bestseller list for a long time. And I help support the launch of that book. The other thing I'm going to be handing out are some handouts that show something that I created called the ecosystem of success. And it's the purpose to prosperity model. It looks at who we are and what we're trying to achieve as a biological entity. Because we're living and growing entities. We're living and growing organisms. And so are our businesses. Our businesses and where we are in our life are a direct reflection of who we are and what we are as human beings. So I'm going to pass that out and we'll start getting right into the meat of the material. There's a lot of stuff to go over. And I apologize. This is a really big turnout in this room. I was not anticipating this many people.
It's a holiday time. I didn't either.
I know. Partying and doing other things, get ready for the holidays.
Almost 40 people here.
So as we're passing those out, let me introduce myself a little bit more. My name is Lynnea Hagen, and I'm a certified dream coach. I was trained and mentored ongoing by Marsha Weeder herself, who is America's Dream Coach, has her own television show, a lot of books and that type of thing. I'm also a leadership coach. I'm a certified higher ground leadership coach, trained by Dr. Elias of the Secretary Institute, one of the most highly awarded leadership experts, speakers, and authors in the world. And leadership is really my passion, which is kind of a surprising thing to me. But it comes from within. And when we are able to really get a handle on who we are and move forward, we can impact so much in this world and really make a difference not only in ourselves and our business, but everybody who comes in contact with us. And that's what true leadership is all about. So the first thing I'm going to do is put on my glasses. Now, you know, when I turned 40, I started reading glasses. And as I've gotten older, now I'm wearing 2.75s, and this is tragic. So let's first go into this model here. This beautiful picture is a creation of mine. Actually, one of my fans actually created this for me. I'm not that good with PowerPoint. But this is a model that, and if everybody could turn off their cell phones. Because I hear music like that, I want to dance. But this model is something that I call purpose to prosperity. And I just want to go over this briefly. It actually represents a 12-week, 3-module program that I have. And it is a collaboration and a combining of all the things that I do that I've learned out of the 35 years I've been a consultant and a coach. And we're going to start first with the middle, which is Module 2. And when I started working with businesses, this is the area where I was working. And Module 2 is based on the one-page business plan. I've been using this for years to help individuals and businesses create a really powerful plan to get to where they want to be. Now, a few years ago, I had just an abundance of clients that all seemed to be directors of Intel and Fannie Mae on the East Coast and other organizations that were women in their mid-30s. And this is pretty young to me. My kids are 37, and when I started talking to them about what they really wanted, they were saying to me, I want to be more successful. And I said to them, what does that mean? How are you going to know when you get there? And they're, oh, well, I don't know. On a deeply personal level, what does that mean? We can talk about what we want as for success, as far as what it means financially, but your business and your professional life are really just the vehicles to get you what you really want to do and be in this world. Who do you want to impact? And so when I started working with businesses, putting together a one-page business plan, I started with first the business owner's definition of success. Who wants to grow his business to 5 locations and be making or generating $10 million a year? So what? What does that mean to who he is in this universe? And how he's going to impact his family or the organizations that he serves? Those are the real definitions of success. So I started with this centerpiece, which looks like a tree, and it really is a pyramid. And we need to define that first. On a personal level, what does success mean to you? How are you going to know when you get there? Let's get real clear. Now for me, it's a very deep issue because my only sibling was 17 and I was 13 and she was killed in a car crash. She never got to graduate from high school. And in order for me to take that pain and make it purposeful for me, one of my definitions of success is to gift our high school in Des Moines, Iowa, $50,000 in scholarship in memory. Because somebody else is going to graduate from a high school and they can benefit from the success that I achieved because I was part of that. And she was part of my life. You see how that works? So who do you want to impact and how will you make that happen? The step below that is vision for your business, vision for your enterprise. And I'm not going to go into this in detail because what I promised to talk about today was personal mastery and personal freedom. But what do you want for your business? Let's get really clear like an architectural diagram of your dream house. You're not going to draw a stick figure and say, that's what I want for a house. You're going to say, I want this many windows, I want this many square feet, I want the bathroom here. So how many locations, how many employees, what kind of revenue, what kind of profit, in what amount of time? What kind of geography will you serve? Below that is a personal mission statement for your business. Why did you create this business in the first place? Let's get kind of meaningful about this. What is that promise you're making to anybody who does business with you? Below that are the measurable objectives. Michael was talking about goals. These are the goals for your business. Those are the things you're going to measure along the way in order to decide and see the, well, what is it they call it for your blood pressure, your temperature, and all that stuff? They're vital signs, that's what it is. These are the vital signs for your business. How are you going to know how healthy it is? So when you get to the point where you're laying on a beach in Tahiti, what are the numbers that will fit on one page that they can fax you, or nobody uses fax anymore. They're going to email it to you, and that hunky beach boy is going to bring out to you to show you how healthy your beach is, how healthy your business is. That's my dream.
I still don't want to see it.
That's a single woman. That's my dream. So, but what are the measurables to indicate really how healthy your business is? What do you need more of over time? What do you need less of over time? What are the numbers and the time elements and the numbers that can be graphable up or down to show you how healthy your business is and where you're making progress? Strategies. What are the broad statements that you're going to make about your business and how you're going to consistently grow it and make it sustainable? What's your marketing strategy? Who do you need to partner with? What kind of technology do you need to adopt? How many times are you going to come to GNA? How many one-on-ones are you going to have? That type of thing. So what are the strategies you need to consistently do over time in order to build your business? And finally, the action plans. As you start putting together your objectives and your strategies, you're going to see there's going to be some little sub-projects that fall out of that you have to accomplish maybe quarter by quarter, and that's what the action plans are. When I started looking at this, I said, well, that kind of looks like the top of a Christmas tree. That's how I know a Christmas tree. A little pyramid, a little triangle. But a tree does not exist on the top. The tree exists because it's connected to a trunk that is deeply planted in the earth. And with us, our business and our lives need to be deeply connected and sustained by a deeper purpose. And I've worked with some of the top people in the world on how to create a meaningful, resounding, inspiring purpose. Because when we connect into our purpose, and we bring that out into everything we do, and everybody we meet, we don't need to be motivated anymore, because we're self-inspired. So I'm going to introduce myself again. My name is Lynnea Hagen, and my purpose is to honor and celebrate the sacredness of people and the earth.
Wow.
So what is your purpose? Why did the universe, why did the divine put you here? When you look at how a tree is connected, all those branches are connected to that trunk going deeply into the ground. It's deeply planted, but it's reaching for the stars. And we need to live our lives the same way, through our businesses and through everything we do. So that's that. So going back to the purpose to prosperity model that I have here, the center is module 2. When we start out with a purpose, big purpose, big life. That's module 1. Because you have to find that first before you know whether you're reaching for the stars and how deeply rooted you are, and you can keep going for the rest of your life. Where you're planted. Now over on the right-hand side here, you'll see the sunshine. And the sunshine consists of the leadership values, those deep values that you bring into everything you do in your business or in your life. We have the top value of delivery. And delivery is how you provide your services. How you provide your services, making sure that they are the highest standards and are totally meeting the needs of your clients. And your employees, if you have people who work for you, because this is really not leadership. Mastery. Mastery is that piece that defines the excellence of which you're doing, what you are created to do, and what you're bringing to the service that you're performing to the highest standard. So you're always learning. And then finally, chemistry. Chemistry is relating so well to others and empathizing with and understanding them so well that they want to be part of what you do. And when these things are in place and how you do your job and relate to others, it becomes a lot easier. The RAIN is an acronym castle. And this is not my material. The purpose and the work that I do with purpose and then cause and calling and then the values and then the leadership piece, castle, is from Dr. Lance Secretan, who wrote the Spark the Flame of the Torch, Inspire What Great Leaders Do, Higher Ground Leadership. You know, he's 71 years old. He's been doing working with corporations and organizations all around the world and changing their culture where they are not only are more profitable, but they create more revenue and less turnover because people want to be in an organization where they are honored and they're inspired. So anyway, going over to CASTLE on the left, CASTLE is an acronym for what do we need to bring as human beings, leading a business or leading our lives. And we're all leaders. We're all leaders. Children are leaders because we impact others. We influence others. We're trying to make a difference in one way or the other. And we all lead lives. So with CASTLE, the C stands for courage. Number one, being a courageous human being. A is authenticity. Being truthful and being clearly who you are and standing in your truth. S is service. Serving others. Serving the earth. Serving your purpose. The greatest leaders are the ones who say, what I want for myself, I want for them. And honoring everybody around them. T is truth. L, this surprises some people in talking about this in a business environment. The L stands for love. Now last February, Valentine's Day, I wrote an article and I distributed it. I put it on publication sites around the internet. And I distributed it to people on my list. And the title of the article was Love and Business, a Strange Brew. And when I started defining what it means to love others, it really comes down to what we need to bring into how we interact in business as well. It's about respect, it's about caring, it's about serving others, wanting for them what you want for yourself. And then the E stands for effectiveness. Effectiveness means being very good at what you do so you get the results you want. So that those two elements, the sunshine and the rain. And the rain, you see, not only goes into all the parts of the business planning, but also goes into the roots, which is the personal power and personal freedom. So that's what we're going to be talking about and focusing on today. Personal power and personal freedom. Now, if you look at these roots, you can see that the roots go two ways. And that means there's things that are either being bled out of it or feeding them. And it's my finding, and not only in my personal life, but also in the clients that I work with, that the reason that they're not getting the results that they want and really being fully great in who they are and what they're trying to achieve is that because they're allowing something to lead them rather than feed them. Now, if I'm going to ask a couple of questions here. Raise your hand if you'd like more time. All right. Raise your hand if you'd like to work with less effort and get a better results. But you know, the truth of it is really not about time. The truth is we need to save energy. Everybody's got the same amount of time, but not everybody's using their time in a way that serves them. So I'm going to be going down this checklist and looking at something that represents the roots. And I'm going to hold this up, and this is something that through my coach training I got. And if you're looking down the top of the tree, like a bird's eye view, the center of that, the little circle in the center, and I'll pass this around, is called you. That's your purpose. That's what the divine has given you by putting you on this earth. Everything around it are the areas that are either going to give you fuel or drain your fuel tank. And the one around you that's the closest to who you are as an individual and as a human being is spiritual. The next circle has two parts called intangibles, which are your gifts, your talents, that type of thing, and yourself, which are things like personality. Then farther from really who you really are as a human being are areas of nature, your physical environment, your physical body, your financial world, the network you're associated with, the relationships you have, and the thoughts and beliefs you carry. Now, the funny thing is, those are the things that are farthest out from who we really are, but that's how everybody defines themselves, most people. By your finances, by your friends, by how badly somebody treats you, how well somebody treats you. So we're going to go into these a little bit. I'll pass it around so you can look at it. Somebody could give me a glass of water.
Eric.
Yes, Eric. What's the Eric?
Thanks, Eric. Eric does everything around here.
Okay, so check out the second piece of paper, and it's called the Keys to Personal Power. And this is the module 3 of the Purpose to Prosperity model. And the keys to personal power look at what feeds us, what we're putting into our bodies, what we're putting into our minds, what keeps us awake. And when we take care of all these areas, we're going to find that we really have the power, have the freedom, and have the time and energy to become all we can become. There's a book out, came out a few years ago that I absolutely loved, and it's called The Power of Full Engagement by Jim Leonard and Tony Schwartz. And Jim Leonard and Tony Schwartz had something that they call the Energy Project. And they looked at the top performing, and they coached the top performing athletes in the world. Athletes that were champions, and brought them up to world-class or Olympic champion level. And the way they did that was looking at the way these athletes managed their energy. And they started coaching, let's say, a world-class tennis player. You know, when a tennis player is addressing the ball, they're coming out of the recovery zone. They're not in the active zone all the time. They're giving themselves some time. And they do that in their personal life because they need to become championship level. Well, when Jim Moore and Tony Schwartz got out of the Energy Project working with athletes, they started looking at the top performing, the champion level executives in the world. And they found that those people did the same thing. They're managing their energy. They're not letting things get in the way of their focus, their dream, and their path forward. And if we want to fully be who we are, and I know, I was talking about purpose and cause, and we were talking about a purpose statement. Your purpose is why you're here. Your cause is what you're going to do while you're here, or how you're going to be. And then your calling is what are you going to do? And so what they look at is how these people want to be while they're here. If you want to be great, you need to fully honor your sacredness and your abilities. But a lot of people aren't stepping up to that. So let's go through this list. Let me see if I have a list. Okay. The first one is put up with nothing. And if you have one thing you take away from this talk today, I want you to remember this. Put up with nothing. This means allow nothing in your life that you're just tolerating. Now, what are tolerations? Tolerations are those things in your world, whether it's a crack in the wall in your house, or it's a broken handle on a door that you keep pulling and it's frustrating you. Those things you've not consciously created or chosen to have as part of your life. Now, if I don't cover any other area in this talk, this is probably the most important area of all. Now, I'm wearing these glasses around my neck. You can see I already have glasses on. But I'm wearing these glasses around my neck because I did an article, and these glasses, let me unfasten it, with this little holder is an example of me dealing with one of my tolerations. You see, I need glasses to read. And I was forever running around my house, wasting a lot of time, getting frustrated, angry with myself, and putting myself down because I could not remember where I put my glasses. And I thought, why am I tolerating that? Lynnea, why are you tolerating that? It's an easy fix. It changed my day. I'm going to give you another example. I had this incredible client, Tanya. And Tanya was a director with Intel. And there were a lot of reasons why she was my client. She referred a lot of clients to me, which is pretty ideal. But Tanya really did the work. And she really did her first assignment. When I work with clients, I say, I want you to make a list of 60 to 100 things you're tolerating. You say, well, that sounds a lot. Why? Well, I mean, look at your office, and look at, your car, look inside your refrigerator, look at your body, look at the amount of sleep you're getting, look at how much alcohol you're drinking, look at all these different areas in your life that are not inspiring you. And she said, well, I guess I could do that. And I said, so she came up with a few things, and I said, well, let's look a little bit more. Tell me about how you start your day. She goes, I get up in the morning, and I have this coffee maker. It doesn't work very well, and I've got to do all this stuff with this coffee maker, and I end up just getting so angry, and by the time I get to my office, I'm just so frustrated because I spent so much time and energy on this coffee maker. I said, Tanya, you're a director at Intel, can you afford $15 for a coffee maker? And she said, well, yeah, that's a really easy fix, isn't it? Tanya went out and bought a new coffee maker. The next week, when we had our time together, she said, I want to tell you what a difference getting that coffee maker has made in my life. I get up, my coffee's ready, I don't have to fight with it, it streamlines the process, I can just flow a little bit more easily for the day, and I'm not cleaning up all this emotional stuff that's going on in me. How many areas in our life can we look at where that's going on? We have the power to change every single area of our life. I'm going to give you a personal example. My house is 95 years old. It's freezing. I bundled up when I came in here today. It's very leaky. I love it. And it's got these wonderful big baseboards. It's a craftsman home. And they're painted white, which most people think, oh my God, I love white baseboards. Sorry. They're painted white, and I have contrasting walls. Well, when I walk out of my bathroom, I walk into the hall, and I look down, immediately, my eyes would go down, and I go, oh my gosh, a cockroach! You know how many times I did this? Probably 100 times. It's not a cockroach. Something fell off the wall and hit that baseboard and knocked off the white paint. But it's always stopped me in my tracks. And
Yep.
so I'm cleaning up, and I think, okay. Now, what was I focused on before? Okay. Lynnea, why are you tolerating that? Paint the damn baseboard. It took me 10 minutes to get out the paint and lay down a little piece of paper and paint that piece. It changed my life. So when you think, I don't have 6,100 things that I'm tolerating. Yes, you do. Write them down and start cleaning them up for yourself. It fills up our power tank. It turbocharges us. We're all leaking all over the place, guys. Tolerations is boundaries. Another invitation I'm going to make to you to work on. Now, how many people really want to do this? Great. Come talk to me, or I do finance. Another area of tolerations is an area called boundaries. And I think maybe I'm just going to go right on the limb with this and say, women are worse about this. I think we were a lot of us, most of us, I know I was, my generation was taught, be sweet to everybody, be nice to everybody. We can be nice to people and we can love them at a distance. There are 4 steps to creating boundaries, and I'm going to teach you the first one, because once you do this, you probably won't need the other 3. But if you do, email me. Oh, I'll send them to you. In fact, I'll send that to everybody if you give me your card. The first step to setting a good boundary, let's say, I'll give an example. You're meeting somebody for lunch and this person always shows up late. Okay? And if I'm meeting you, it's probably going to be me. No, that's one of my commitments. I'm keeping it pretty well about being on time. So, what normally happens? We churn inside, we're getting just a little ticked off, and we're starting to resent that person. Is that changing their behavior? What is it doing? It's changing your behavior. It's creating a puddle of mud that you're getting stuck in and you're splashing all over within yourself. And you're not establishing the boundary to keep you on your track because you're taking care of them. So I'm going to teach you a phrase that is so essential in establishing healthy boundaries. And it's called, do you realize? And I've taught this for years. I went through this whole program about personal freedom to a big neighborhood association meeting that we had a few years ago. And I met one of my neighbors on the street one time and she said, I know you don't know who I am, but I remember you because you taught that thing about boundaries and getting proper behavior out of people. And I use it on the first graders that I teach. It works with everybody. It will work with clients, it will work with spouses, it will work with strangers. But first you need to get yourself in a neutral space and get out of that emotion. And the way to do that is by either taking a deep breath, or as my speaking professor taught me, allow a breath. That really actually. And you say to yourself in a neutral tone, something very neutral like, the sky is blue. Not emotionally charged. Or you can talk to me. And you say, do you realize you're late for a lunch appointment? Boy, that puts it right out of you, right onto them. This is really powerful because they can either acknowledge it or they can start backpedaling and do all kinds of stuff. But they're doing the cleanup and you're not. At the same time, you're keeping emotions out of it and so the relationship is still intact. I have used this in airplanes with little kids kicking the back of my seat. I used it when there are other people who aren't treating me the way that I need to be treated. I just turn around to that airplane seat and I say to the little kid, or to his mother, depending on who's more attentive, and I say, do you realize you're kicking the back of my seat? The second step, and I spoke about this just a second ago, I'm going to go ahead and teach you this too, because 95% of the time, you're not going to have to go past step one. The second time you have to say it, let's say one more time you meet this person for lunch and you're late. The second time, take a deep breath, the sky is blue. I need for you to show up on time when we have a lunch appointment. Who wants to know the third step? Now normally we start with this because we're getting so frustrated and angry and all this stuff because we haven't spoken our truth in the beginning. The third step is, once it happens the third time, that's when we have a consequence. I need for you to show up on time when we have lunch, otherwise when you're live, I won't be here. You give them plenty of warning. But what normally happens? People get frustrated and they say, cut that out or I'm never going to see you again. Stop that. Or I'm going to disown you. I mean, we get all this stuff that is blowing out of proportion. We end up damaging a relationship, and we cause more turmoil in ourselves. You want to know what the fourth stage is? Okay, who wants to know what the fourth stage is? Leave.
Leave.
If it happens the fourth time, you leave. Or if you're dealing with children, you ask them to leave. Or if you're a boss and somebody keeps being disruptive, or a teacher in the classroom or in the meeting, you ask them to leave. You leave the relationship, you leave the restaurant. But normally we start at number 3. Do you see how healthy this is in a way that honors your own sacredness and also honors the other person? And they're making a choice. Okay. I'm going to go on. Number 2, have zero clutter. Who can say that they have zero clutter? There are no hands up. You know, there's a great book out. I like to read kind of esoteric, kind of out there things. And one of my new passions is the area of quantum physics, believe it or not. And there's an area of quantum physics called the zero-point field. Who knows the book? Isn't that great? And it comes from the realization and the scientific proof that everything is just energy. And everything around you takes up energy or from you or gives you energy. And one of my coaches, Dr. Lance Secretan, who does all the leadership work and purpose work, says that if you can walk around and look at everything you have around you, all your relationships, your car, your home, how your office looks, that type of thing, and you feel inspired by all of that, then that's the space you're supposed to be in. Clutter not only takes up energy and bleeds energy from us, but clutter keeps us tied to the person we were. Even the person we were maybe an hour ago or a week ago. And we need to release that and maybe give it to somebody else who now is in the position to use it or get rid of it. Or else we need to use it to serve ourselves. So getting rid of clutter is really a huge area. Now, when I've had my clients put together their things that they're tolerating, usually there's clutter on there. And I had one client several years ago who was a CPA. And I said, so how many tolerations did you come up with? And he said, 10. I said, 10? And he said, well, yeah. And I said, well, read them to me. And he said, well, the girls in the office aren't very effective. And I said, what does that mean? Let's get detailed. And he said, well, I don't want to be nitpicky. And I said, we're going to get real nitpicky. Because until you break it down into nitpicky parts, you can't start fixing it because it looks too big. So when you look at your clutter, you've got 5 minutes. When you look at your clutter, look at the pockets of clutter and make a list of it. So you can start little by little eating the elephant. Okay? That's what I'm going to be working on during the 2 weeks during the Christmas holidays. Okay. So when we look at tolerations, we set boundaries, and we look at clutter, we start focusing on the things we can control. We're getting rid of things we can't control that aren't serving us. Does that make sense? When you start dealing with this, you start putting together a plan for every day of your life, and that's another area of personal power. Plan your day before. The night you go to bed, plan everything out. So you can jump out of bed, and for me, I call it having to retrain my inner monkey. It's kind of like, oh, where was I? Oh, what does I have to do? Don't keep retraining your inner monkey. Just write down what it is you want to do at the end of every day. Okay. I'm going to go those are the 2 biggest ones. I've got 5 minutes or something. So, number 3 and 4, look at what we're consuming. It means limit your alcohol intake and also fats and sugars. All these things break your body down. It brings you down not only physically, but also spiritually and emotionally. Vigorously move your body regularly, exercise. Figure out what nourishes you perfectly, whether it's in relationships, your health, your thoughts. be really careful what you read and what kind of music you listen to, because that will hit you spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. Change what's consuming you. We looked at what you're consuming, what's consuming you. What keeps you up at night? Either set boundaries around it, put it on your tolerations list and get rid of it, but whatever it is, don't be drained by things that are consuming you. Connect with something much larger than yourself. Spend some time every day nourishing that inner circle that surrounds who you are, the spiritual self. And meditate, time for meditation, prayer, whatever, so that you get grounded to your deeper purpose. Leave nothing unsaid. Speak the truth in love is what that means. Make amends, say what you need from others. Number 10 is eliminate fear, doubt, and worry. And there's a lot to do with this. I'm not going to go into it right now. I'm running out of time. Clean out your Rolodex. That's an old term, but we know what it means. So that everybody who's part of the circles that you surround yourself with in your business network, your personal network, are people that are there to support you and love you. And number 12 is to develop a set of 10 really, really good daily habits. Not only for your own care of your body, but also in how you can affirm and uphold yourself with your thoughts and your beliefs. Connect with somebody or something much larger than yourself. Because we need to build day by day good now. And when you build a good now, the future takes care of it. In closing, what I'm going to want to do is tell you a little bit about what I'm offering and some of the things going on for 2012. If I have your card, I'm going to send you a free article called 10 Ways to Be More Effective. If you want some of the things I've talked about, put it on your, you can't put it on your card because you already gave it to me. Anyway, I'll send you the handouts of the things that I just talked about. Timing is everything. I'm offering also what I call a complimentary collaborative interview. See if there's some way I can help you, to offer you, if there is an opportunity to work with me. I only work with people that are really committed to their dream and to their process. But if you are, it's a wonderful experience. The Purpose to Prosperity series will be coming up at the beginning of next year. And this is something I just went over. It's a 3-module series. You can take just one module, which is the pathway, the business planning. You can take the Purpose, Big Purpose, Big Life module, which is about the values, your purpose, your calling, your cause. All that stuff is really powerful and propels you forward. It also takes the leadership, how you lead yourself through the castle principles. Or the personal power, personal freedom, which is some of the stuff I just talked about. And let me see, the Dream Achievers. I'm, like I said, I'm a certified dream coach, and what I love about the process, and it's very intense, it's really powerful, and it is a system. It's a system to powerfully get to where you want to go. It's a 12-week system. I'm doing it as groups, keep the cost low, and also we get the support from other group members. And you get, actionable steps every week in order to move yourself forward. So, there's a quote that says, if you want what you never had, you got to do things you never done. So what is going to make 2012 different for you and better and greater for you? So I'm hoping that, somehow I've fueled your fuel tanks a little bit, and it'll give you food to grow on and move forward in the year ahead. I'm going to do, a drawing now. Okay? Cool. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Lynnea. That was excellent.
Well, thank you. I'm going to do this. Yeah, thanks. Okay, I'm going to do a drawing for a book called Tribal Leadership. And also, I got some flyers for the the 12-week group purposeful Achieve Your Dreams program, the 12-week system. It's a 10-step 12-week system. This is called the Dream Achievers. Tap into your purpose, your passion, prosperity, create your dreams with a proven system. And so if you want some of those, I'm going to leave some here on Rod's table. Thank you, Rod. And then come up a little bit. And whoever wins the book also wins not only a free consultation, but also I'll give you two. And this is Herbalife. Brenda Jones. Woo! Let me make sure. I have one that I interviewed. I'm giving one of these to Elias as well.
Oh, really?
Elias, you're going to need this because you are leading a team, my friend.
You need it.
I need it?
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you all again. Many blessings to you for the year.